Good evening and welcome to the Manteno Village Board meeting for Tuesday, September 6, 2022. I'd like to call the meeting to order, and if we could all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Boyce?
Here.
Martin?
Here.
Dole? Here. Crockett?
Here.
Geske?
Here.
Phillips?
Here.
We have a quorum. Tonight, as always, we begin with the approval of our board minutes. We have our minutes from our board meeting from August 15th, 2022. The items, the minutes are included in everyone's packet, and hopefully everyone has had the opportunity to review them. Are there any changes, additions, deletions, corrections? Seeing none, I would accept the motion to waive the reading of the minutes and approve them as presented by the clerk.
So moved.
Motion by Geske.
Second.
Second by Dole. Roll call.
Geske?
Yes.
Dole?
Yes.
Boyce?
Yes.
Martin?
Yes.
Crockett?
Abstain.
Phillips?
Yes.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda, we have the swearing in of a couple new police officers. Chief, you want to come up or you want to go to the podium? One of them's going to work now.
One of them's going to work, yep.
Can't stand.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, I'm pleased to announce we are adding 2 police officers to our department tonight. That'll bring us up to full staff, 21. We had some we've been short for quite a while with a grant and a retirement. So we got 2 great candidates off our list. As you recall, we had almost 60 people apply last time around, and a lot of them are from the suburbs, probably great officers, but it's great to get 2 local people, and that's what we have tonight. First off is Kyle Schubert. He was born and raised in Manteno. He graduated from Manteno High School in 2017, graduated from Olivet in 2021 with a double bachelor's degree in criminal justice and psychology. And as you know, that psychology part of that's probably going to be more important than the criminal justice side anymore. Fun fact about Kyle, he was a park ranger here. So he's worked the bounce pillow and decides he still wants to work for Manteno. He comes to us from the Sheriff's Department, Kankakee County Sheriff's Department Corrections, as well as Scott County, Iowa Corrections. His parents still live in rural Manteno and own Schubert Trucking in Kankakee, and he's engaged to Emily Tamblin, who's here tonight. So Kyle, you want to come on up and get sworn in? Go around that way.
Come on up here. Get right underneath the emblem there.
I state your name.
I, Kyle Patrick Schubert,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution of the United States
to uphold the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and to enforce all laws and ordinances
to enforce all laws and ordinances
of the Village of Manteno,
of the Village of Manteno,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of police officer
the duties of the office of police officer
for the Village of Manteno
for the Village of Manteno
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
You got to sign the document.
Thank you.
All right, congratulations. Go ahead with our next one.
Yep. Next one is Shadi Muhammad. Shadi was born and raised in the southwest suburbs of Chicago, moved to Bourbonnais in 2003. Graduated from Olivet in 2007 with a bachelor's degree in biology. Fun fact about Shaddy, he opened and operated the New York City Deli located in Bourbonnais in 2013 with his family, and he sold it in 2020 to pursue a career in law enforcement. Shaddy is the true meaning of really wanting to be a police officer, sold a business, and put himself through the academy. He's worked for the Village of Moments for the last year, and he has 5 siblings. Shaddy, you want to come on up and get sworn in?
You raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Shadi Mohammed,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution of the United States
to uphold the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and to enforce all laws and ordinances
to enforce all laws and ordinances
of the Village of
of
Manteno,
the Village of Manteno,
and that I will faithfully discharge
that I faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of police officer
the duties of office of police officer
for the Village of Manteno
for the Village of Manteno
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
Thank you.
Sam, we're not going to give him a picture of you.
We'll see. We'll see. Welcome aboard. Thank you.
It's great to see, 2 new officers. There's, been a lot of new faces over the course of the last couple of years, and it's nice to see the face of the police department getting younger, and more and more people that are applying, that we're able to go through the list and hire people. Hiring local is great also, knowing that the ones that are, local, that have spent time here and that have had businesses here and went to high school here, more than likely will probably stay in the region, stay in the area. So like I say, welcome aboard. We've got a great department. Like I say, it's a village that supports the police department 100%. And you can tell that by, the equipment that we have and the training that, we allow for the officers to go and, and do. Great leadership, and I know there's a lot of veteran officers that have got an awful lot to offer the people that are just starting. We've had a number of new hires over the last few years. They're moving up in seniority fast, so the couple of the ladies that got hired over the course of the last year or so, now they're not going to be the rookies anymore. So we appreciate all the new faces, and welcome to Manteno. The next item on our agenda is the public participation. Do we have anybody that signed up? Village President's Report, just a couple items that I have. We've got a request from the Knights of Columbus St. Joseph's Church of Manteno will be conducting their 53rd annual Tootsie Roll fundraising drive to benefit the people with disabilities. They're requesting to hold an event in the Village of Manteno on Friday, September 16th and Saturday, September 17th at various business locations. All monies collected will be equally distributed to 4 charitable organizations within Kankakee County. The Knights of Columbus are seeking your permission to schedule and position volunteers to solicit funds from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. at various streets and businesses throughout the village. The street locations include Main Street at Division, Main Street and 3rd, Maple and Section Line Road, South Creek and Cook, and South Creek and Division. It should be noted that Knights of Columbus, Illinois State Charities has purchased general liability and accidental death coverage for days of the event. We appreciate your approval to allow the continued success of our annual campaign. Sincerely, Chris Lewis and Adam Dotson, Grand Knight and Assistant Knight. I see Adam's here. Adam, do you want to say anything about that?
No.
Okay. We've allowed this in the past. I know that, they've, worked with the police department and making sure that everybody has vests and there's cones and everyone is as safe as possible. That we generally have a good turnout, and I know that it's been very successful in the past. So if anyone has any questions, now would be the time to ask. Otherwise, I would ask for a motion to approve this request.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Boyce, second by Martin. All in favor signify by aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. Good luck, Adam. We just, like I say, coordinate with the PD so they know exactly where you're at.
We're reaching out to the fire department, also getting the cones that we need for the street locations.
Okay, great. Thank you. Just one other correspondence I received. We got a letter from the mayor of the village of Roma Park. I'd like to take a moment to thank the village president, village board for the use of the village generator. Without your generator, our community festival would not have been able to be the success that it was. Sincerely, Brian Stump, mayor of the village of Roma Park. I know, Jim, you've worked with them every year in the last several years and been able to supply them with our generator, and they're very grateful. So thank you very much for that. A couple other items. At the end of this week or early part of next week, Main Street will probably going to be shut down for a little bit because the arches that we are having constructed and put on the north side of Main Street and the south side of Main Street are scheduled to go up this week, Friday, or next week?
It looks like Tuesday, Wednesday next week.
Tuesday, Wednesday next week.
Yep.
So Main at 3rd and Main at Division, we're probably going to be rerouted for a few hours each day while the arches go up, and then the Manteno letters that are going to be going up there will probably go up another day after that, and that's going to have traffic rerouted too. So beware of some construction traffic that's going to take place on Main Street for that. And then the only other items I have is our tax rebate form. We've passed a tax rebate earlier this year where we are asking homeowners, people who have lived in their house the entire year, tax year of 2021, were eligible for a real estate tax rebate. I think today was the last day to pay the taxes at the county, and we are accepting those tax rebate forms until October 31st. Anyone who qualifies, we're asking you to fill out the form and submit the proper documentation so you will be able to qualify, and the village will send you your entire amount of your village taxes around the first week of December. But you have to apply in order to get it. So we want everyone to know that this rebate is out there. After October 31st, it's too late to apply. And I know there's going to be people that, I didn't know anything about it. How come we never told anybody? We've had it on every newspaper. We've had it on every social media. We've had it on every electric sign we've got. I'm announcing it tonight, hoping if anybody that reports on this meeting will put it out there. But you have to fill it out and you have to qualify. And you will then receive a check from the village back for the amount of the taxes you paid the village of Manteno the first week of December. A nice Christmas present. But if you don't apply, you won't get it. And we're not going to go door to door to check people to see if they qualify or not. You have to qualify and you have to fill out the form. So please let your neighbors know. They can call the village or check the forms to find out whether they qualify or not. If they do, please submit them. If they don't do it by October 31st, it's going to be too late, and they just won't get the money back. And the only other item I have is that we did have a little grand opening at the fitness court, the new fitness court that was sponsored by Blue Cross Blue Shield that we built in partnership with the township out at Legacy Park. If anybody in town is our joggers or walkers, you'll see that out on the walking path at Legacy Park, we have a 10-station fitness court that is brand new, and you can download an app. It tells everybody how to use it. It's really a nice addition for the people that like that type of activity. I have nothing further. The village administrator's report, Mr. LaRock.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just have one item. Hopefully, if the technology works, we have the Manteno Matters video.
Welcome to Manteno Matters, where we share a quick rundown once a month for Manteno. That was a great job, Kinsley. Well, summer events have sadly come to a close, and we just want to give a big shout out to our sponsors who helped us put on Rock on the Square and Music Park this year. Without their support, we wouldn't be able to have those types of fun events, so please make sure you're supporting them in return. School is back in session. We'd like to remind you to use extra caution on school days when children are present. Currently, we have school crossing guards at the following locations: Cook Street at Poplar Street near the elementary school, Division Street at Poplar Street between the elementary and middle school, Park Street at Poplar Street near the middle school, the crossing across Poplar in front of the middle school, and 3rd Street at Maple near the middle and high school.
We have multiple locations where kids are crossing all over. And people need to be aware that these kids are going to be out, especially early in the morning and this time in the afternoon. There's a lot of kids crossing intersections that don't have crossing guards. So we need to be particularly careful with that.
We hope this is a safe and fulfilling school year for our students. We are looking forward to our brand new Legacy Park concession stand as well as the fitness court at Legacy Park. To learn more about the fitness court and get workouts, visit nationalfitnesscampaign.com to download the app. The Manteno Chambers Oktoberfest is right around the corner, September 22nd through the 25th. You can find all the information at mantenochamber.com under Oktoberfest. And now a word from one of our residents.
Our son had lived here for a few years before we decided to move to Manteno, and we had been coming down here to visit him and help out on his farm, but it was a long drive, and once we both retired, the best thing was to move down here.
We actually did a pro and con list as far as moving to Manteno or staying in Yorkville, and no matter how many cons we came up with, all we could think of was we wanted to be closer to our grandson in particular.
Oktoberfest is a great event. They do a really good job. The parade is really fun. The beer tent, the music, vendors, the carnival. At Christmas, the event is also really nice. They do a great job with the kids there with Santa. They have some kind of, I believe it's a coloring contest, and kids of different grade school ages, if they win the coloring contest, the mayor has some switches set up, and each one of these kids gets to throw a switch to light the different pieces of Christmas lights downtown.
Our mayor, Tim Nugent, he has a real vision as to what he wants for the town.
He's working on connecting all the city parks with bike and walking paths, which is a really great thing for the kids, so they can safely go from park to park. But it's always positive. I mean, when I met with the mayor, or when we worked with Sarah and stuff, it's always positive. It's never a downer.
The idea that I can walk to my children's house, I can walk to the downtown if I want, get coffee, and I feel very safe, and it's lovely. And that is something that I do almost every day, so I really appreciate that.
That's all I have this evening.
I wish I would have wrote that, but I didn't.
Come on, who'd you?
Yeah, well, yeah. Thank you, Mr. Rock.
That was awesome.
Committee reports, Public Works and Utilities, Mr. Boyce.
Yeah, I have one item tonight. Ordinance 2209, an ordinance authorizing the sale of personal property, surplus municipal equipment. Jimmy, we got a backhoe and a couple of lawnmowers.
Yep, it's a 16-foot pull-behind mower. We've replaced that a few years back with a 16-foot Toro. It's got more of a center or front mowing deck. Just getting old and sitting, and I'd like to get rid of it. Free up some space before we move.
And then we got a new backhoe that came in today. You got a backhoe with the old backhoe?
Yes, and then the backhoe, it's a 2013 backhoe, so 10 years on it. It's got plenty of mileage on it, so we ended up getting a new cat. It just came today.
Good. The only other item I have is my Public Works meeting is on 9/27/22 at 7 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Boyce. Properties and Recreation, Mr. Martin.
Quiet month. Jim, you want to give an update on what's going on in the parks?
Yep, kind of mentioned a little bit before, Legacy Park, the fitness court, the concession stand. This weekend, Saturday, the Wildcat football program will be out at Legacy Park for their first home game out there. Other than Perk, other information, soccer's in full swing. I'm sure everybody's noticed that on Cook Street on Saturday mornings. That's pretty well packed up.
Is the football as they play on Saturday or Sunday?
Saturdays.
It's going to be busy here this Saturday.
Yeah, it'll be from 9 o'clock till probably 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
Both ends of town.
Yeah, the soccer on at Heritage and the football at Legacy.
That's all I've got.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. Public Safety and Health, Mrs. Dole.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have any action items on the agenda tonight. My next public safety meeting is September 14th at 7 a.m. here in the Village boardroom. Got a couple safety tips. Disasters don't plan ahead, but you can. The entire month of September observes National Preparedness Month. No matter where you live, you are subject to disasters. Natural disasters and man-made disasters affect everyone and cause severe damage and endanger lives. Tornadoes, fires, hot spells, cold spells are all natural disasters that we can experience here. Man-made disasters such as terrorism, crime, and power outages are just as terrifying as natural disasters. Therefore, preparation is essential for the safety of you and your family. Preparing for a disaster might seem like an impossible task. We hope you never have to experience one. But if you do, government agencies like FEMA and the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, as well as organizations like the American Red Cross, provide excellent websites with enough information to get you started. These websites also offer suggestions on planning in specific instances, like being without power for weeks. Your insurance companies will also have the information you can use as you prepare. Hopefully, none of these events impact your life, but you'll be glad you planned ahead if they do. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Dole. Planning and Zoning, Mr. Crockett.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have anything on the agenda this evening, but there is a Planning and Zoning Committee meeting scheduled for September 27th, 7 a.m. here in the Village Boardroom. And the Planning Commission meeting has been canceled. And that's all I have for this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Crockett. Finance, Mr. Geske.
Thank you, Mayor. I have Resolution 2207, a resolution approving an extension and amendment to contract with Homewood Disposal Service for the garbage for the Village of Manteno. I also have a motion to approve the payment of $14,133.86 to RLK Bourbonnais LLC for a TIF facade agreement, which we approved on September 7th, 2021. We have payment of bills in the amount of $538,267.62, and we had authorized and paid bills between board cycle of $41,984.10. Our next Finance Committee meeting is scheduled for September 14th at 7 a.m.
Thank you, Mr. Geske. General Government, Mr.
I have
Phillips.
nothing on the agenda tonight, Mayor.
Okay. So tonight, the items that we'll be voting on the consent agenda are as follows. Under old business, we have nothing. Under new business, we have ordinance 2209, which is an ordinance authorizing the sale of personal property, surplus municipal equipment. Item number 2 is a resolution 2207, a resolution approving the extension and amendment to a contract with Homewood Disposal Service doing business as Star Disposal for residential refuse and recyclable material collection and disposition service in the Village of Manteno. Item number 3 is a motion to approve a payment of $14,133.86 to RLK out of Bourbonnais for a TIF facade agreement that was approved on September 7th, 2021. We also have a motion to pay the bills in the amount of $538,267.62. Are there any items on the consent agenda that need to be voted on individually? Seeing none, I'd accept the motion to take a single roll call vote of the question of passage of the agenda items as read.
I make the motion.
Motion by Phillips. Second by Dole. Roll call.
Phillips?
Yes.
Dole?
Yes.
Boyce? Martin?
Yes.
Crockett?
Yes.
Geske?
Yes.
Motion carries. I'd accept the motion to approve by unanimous vote the ordinances, resolutions, motions, and orders contained in the consent agenda as read.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Crockett. Second by Geske. Roll call.
Crockett?
Yes.
Geske?
Yes.
Boyce?
Yes.
Martin?
Yes.
Dole?
Yes.
Phillips?
Yes.
Motion carries. Comments tonight? You have anything you need to talk about, Mr. Boyce?
Just want to welcome new officers. It's awesome having you. You're under great leadership of the chief. So, welcome, Manteno. Thank you. That's all I got.
Mr. Martin?
Same thing. Welcome aboard. And a year from now, you're going to have a brand new police station.
Yeah.
So, you're coming in at a great time, so welcome aboard.
Thanks so much, sir.
Welcome.
This is
Yeah.
Mrs.
Yeah, you
Dole?
might want to figure out which for your office will be. No, welcome. It's so good to have you guys join the force. Thank you.
Mr. Crockett?
Welcome aboard, gentlemen, and we support you. Thank you.
Mr. Geske?
Same thing as everyone else, welcome, and pretty excited about the Wildcats being out to play at Legacy. It'd be nice to see the park with all the expansions that we've done with the concession stand, the parking lots. I'm excited to see that full, so that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Geske. Mr. Phillips?
We appreciate you two guys coming up. That's good.
Again, we're very fortunate to live here. I mean, we talked earlier tonight about we're giving our tax rebates to the citizens of Manteno for all the taxes that are paid in Manteno. We passed tonight our garbage fees, which are also paid by the village of Manteno, so residents don't have to pay a garbage fee. We're fortunate to be constructing a new public works facility that Public Works is going to be housed sometime next year in a brand-new facility that'll take care of your needs for the next 50 years. The PD is going to be remodeling and moving into a new facility next year that'll hopefully take care of the needs of that department to be able to grow for the next 30 or 40 years. We cut the ribbon on a new concession stand out at Legacy Park, and we've got new fields and new fitness courts. We've got new walking paths. We've got a fairly new village hall. We've got a brand new Main Street. We've got new amenities that are taking place all throughout the community. We're very fortunate to be able to live here, and hopefully we can just continue the progress and the success that we've had over the last several years. So again, welcome aboard, gentlemen, and we look forward to having you in Manteno, and I think that you'll find that it's a good place to work. So I have nothing further. I accept the motion to adjourn.
Like that.
Motion by Boyce, second by Martin. Roll call.
Boyce?
Yes.
Martin?
Yes.
Dole?
Yes.
Crockett?
Yes.
Geske?
Yes.
Phillips?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you very much for coming, for watching.